Under this folder, you will open the CMD. Visual Studio will use code space dot we can follow. Code space dot enter. VS Code will get open. Okay, so CMD is open. Under the CMD you wrote code space dot VS Code open under which folder? API folder. In API folder, we are going to see like how to read the data from other file using the JavaScript fetch function. How to read the data from other file using JavaScript fetch function, as well as you can say not only other files, any URL from internet, any existing URL will be there. API URL, from there we can read the data and we can display under the JavaScript in our page. It will work on the concept of client and server. Using the fetch function, then function, those are called as API function, then function is a promise function that will help us to read the data from other source and bring to the JavaScript as a client. Create a file here, index.html. Under index.html, HTML you can follow, we can follow. Script we can follow. Body we can follow. Now inside the body, we can use few buttons. Center tag right here directly and print some buttons. Home, next button, about us, next button, item list, next button, user list, next one more button, list, one more button, Create these buttons. Okay, hope buttons are ready. Now come down. Add below after one BR. Keep one container. After BR, you can keep one container. Tell me, sir. Hello. Tell me. नाम क्या आपका? अफजल। अफजल, कल हमने सबको बुलाया है, ठीक है, वो समझाने के लिए क्या क्या करने हैं, ठीक है। आप कहाँ हो अभी? आप ठीक है, तो प्लान करके आइए। अब कल आता है, लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे, हम लोग प्लान करेंगे, फिर आपको बताते हैं। फिर कोशिश कीजिए जितने जल्दी आ जाए। 20 के पहले आना है तो अगले सैटरडे से पहले आइए। अगले सैटरडे कितना है? 20 है ना? अगला सैटरडे से पहले आइए, ठीक है। है बहुत भी यहाँ पे। आ जाइए, ठीक है। Okay, so hope ready. Buttons are written. Container is ready. We can write now some functions here. Now let's go here. On click, call a function call one. Function one. Here on click, call the function two, three, four, 5, 6. Function 2, function 3, function 4, function 5, function 6, so all the functions we have to create, and these functions are going to bring the data from other source. Other source in the sense we'll have some HTML file, some JSON file where we'll store the data. Using JavaScript fetch function, we'll try to read and display inside the page. Okay, hope ready. Now write the function 1. Function 1. Function 1 will send one line called document dot dot get element by id, which id called container. In container, we are going to send as a using inner HTML h1 as a home. Roll the h1. Similar way, function 2 is for about. So copy that and paste here function 2 for about. ABOUT about. Function 3. Okay, so we'll check first two function. On load, call the function 1. On load, call the function 1. Buttons are written. Now run the page. On load, see what is happening. Refresh the page. What is print in the browser? Home. Because on load, we are calling the function call 1. If you click on about, it will display as a about. It's here. Let me run it. Index file. Two buttons are working. Two button is working. Correct. Check once page is loading or not. It's working or not working. For this container, you can apply a CSS also, so that it look in the middle. You can write one line CSS in the beginning, style, open, style close. Next will be called as container, as container, margin, colon auto, margin auto, and width 70 or 80%. Margin auto width 70 or 80%. Okay, hope ready. Now container should come in the middle now, little something like this. Go ahead next. Next, we need to install some extension in the Visual Studio. We have to install one extension in the Visual Studio. We have to install one extension in Visual Studio. Now, so we are following the VS Code, right? So go here in the left hand side, you will have this one extension icon. Click in the left side, there is icon called extension. Icon called extension. Click on that extension. Then search box will appear. In that search box, extension. In the search box, we have to type here. In the search box, we have to type here Ritvik. बोलिए सर, बताइए इधर क्या बताइए. हाँ 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 हाँ. अच्छा तो उसका हार्ड डिस्क निकल सकता है। हार्ड डिस्क निकलेगा तो उसका मटेरियल निकल सकता है। हाँ अच्छा तो ठीक है, एक दो किताब है तो एक दो किताब अलग रहेगा, देखें। ठीक है, ठीक है। नहीं अभी तो नहीं आएंगे, भीड़ है बहुत, अभी क्लास है फिर घर जाना है थोड़ा। तो दुकान पे है क्या? कल लेंगे, कल लेंगे, कल आएंगे, चैतन्य में एडमिशन करवाने हैं, पैसा पे करना है तो आएंगे तो ले लेंगे उधर से। ना कल का प्लान किया, आएंगे उधर कॉलेज का फी देंगे, स्कूल का फिर आएंगे तो ले लेंगे। Sorry, I hope you search that. Ritvik, go here, right inside Ritwick. Ritvik, Ritvik. Once you search the Ritvik, Ritwick live server. Ritvik live server. Anything is coming? Live server is coming. Install button will be there. Click on that. Ritvik live server install button will be there. Click on that. Why service? That is for the client server communication. That is one extension. Using that extension, our computer will convert into the server. That is the extension. Using the extension, our computer will convert into live server. So there we can send the data and receive the data. So as of now, we are going to receive the data only using that live extension server. Okay, hope you got point. Once you please install and then let me know in the chat. Ritvik live server search, click on install button in VS Code and then let me know in the chat. Two% installed. Five people is there. Okay, I will move next now. So live server installation is done. After installation of that live server, now come back to your code window. Come back to the code window. In code window, HTML file we have. In this, do the right click. Do the right click. After doing right click, you will find one option called live server. Open with live server. Are you able to find or not? Live server. Click on that. Directly this page will open in browser. This page will open in the browser directly. Something like this. Localhost 5500 index.html. Open. Click on about. Click on home. Change content is changing. Now it is running through the live server. What is the live server? When you open any website, website will be running through the web server. Okay, to run a web application, we require a web server. And when you open a website, that website server will be always running 24 into 7. It will never be stopped. It will be always running. Okay. Then only whenever we open the website will open. Why? Because their server is always on. Their server is always on. Okay. Now what we did is, since we need to implement the JavaScript, we need to understand how client server communication will happen. As a JavaScript, how it will bring the data from backend. Those part we have to understand. So again, you can, if you install the .NET, PHP, Java and all, the page will become heavy. Plus you will not be able to understand how the technology working. So this one lightweight server, that is called Rithvik Live Server. It will make your computer as a client and your computer as a server. Okay, in this now, you cannot write the SQL query and PHP code and all. Just it is for the JSON file communication as well as HTML file communication. We can read JSON file like is a client. It will give a IP address. On that IP address, we can run the page and we can see like is a client and server experience over here. Yeah. So now these two links are working, home and about. Home and about is working. So our target is when we click on home, here some content should come from other file, home.html. When we click on about, here some content will come from the about us page. Okay, that is the target. But as of now, this home and about is coming from where? It is coming from the function. It is coming from the function that we are written under the index file. Look at here. Button click, you are calling the function. You're calling the function home and about is giving the data directly. Yes. So now we are going to create another file home.html as a separate file. Okay. And then we will call that home.html here. And then we'll see you will be under the index page and data will come from the home page. Come now. Here. Create a file called home.html. Home.html. Home.html file start from h1. Right inside called welcome home. Not start from HTML. Why? I will guide you. Open a paragraph, close the paragraph. One paragraph, add one more paragraph. Okay, ready? Home file is ready. Create one more file, about.html. And right here h1. Okay, so two files are ready. Now using the JavaScript function, we will read the content of this file and we will give to index. Okay, using JavaScript function, we'll read the content of this file and we'll give to index. Okay, ready? Let's go then. Come to index file now. In index file, where you have written home, function 1, delete that line. Okay. And right here, function called fetch function. Using fetch function, you call that function. Which function? Which file? Home.html. Home.html. After that, let's run it first. Then I'll explain you one by one. Dot then the response. Then after that, response dot text. Response dot text. After that, dot then file data. keep alert here as a file data. Run this. Go to your browser, refresh the page. Automatically page will get refreshed. You will see the alert, all the content of home file. You will see the alert. In that alert, it will give you all the content of home file. Okay, come to the browser now. You will see automatically an alert is coming, welcome home, and all the content of home file, all the contents. Just you need to run through the live server. Okay, if you click on home again alert will come. Yes. All the content from that file. Which file? Home file. Now come there. This content, file data, we will send to the container. This way, right here. Document dot document dot get element by id. Get element by id. Which id? Container dot inner html equal to file. Okay, inner html equal to file data. See, home is coming, all the content. Now we'll write for about also, then we'll discuss what is happening in that. Just the content of this file you can copy, content of this function copy and paste under the function 2. Paste under the function 2, and in function 2, we will write here call about.html. Nothing else to change. Home click, home data will come, about click, about data. Okay, so hope you got ready. Now click on home and about. Both link are working or not. If you click on home file, home button, home will come. If you click on about should come. Both are working. Yeah, I will guide you now. Check working for how many people? Working for you both. You need to run through live server. Directly don't run. Run through the live server. Morning, 8 o'clock. 8 to 10. 8 to 10. You can call me. Yes. Offline is that? Tomorrow we will log in for Bootstrap class at 8 o'clock. So hope everyone will be there. Let me message in the group now only. That is 5 p.m. Okay, working. Now let's see. I will guide you. Suppose file is the data is available in different file that is called home.html file, and you are in which file? You are in the index.html file. Now from index.html file, we are sending one request to home file. Okay, using Page function. Using page function used to send a request to the backend for the particular data. Now page function is sending a request to the home.html file. Once the request will go to the home.html, from home.html some content will come. See, in home file, whatever we have written, this will come as a response. To which file? This will come as a response to index file. In which function? Function 1. Request was sent by page function. Now request was sent by page function. Coming? Tell me. You have not taken the laptop. You want to take home? No, sir. Here. This fan has a problem. It is making sounds. I stopped it. You can use from Monday. You will bring another desktop there. Okay. No, sir. Actually, it's an exam now. Take my exam. You have exam. Yes, till what time? Till 9. No, 6:30 will leave from here. You don't work connected for where? You want to give exam here? When? No. What time to what time? This time. How long it will take? 25 minutes. Before 6:30 will finish. Before 6:30, yes. Before 6:30 we'll leave from here. I have other class from home from 7 o'clock. Before 6:30. Already 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6:25 minutes will. Okay, then we can take no. But this fan is making sound. What you have online exam? Oh, you need to speak something or how? No, sir. Only just to make a confirmation. Okay, you can use the system. So finish before only, no? Before 6:30. Disturbance will happen. Sorry. So using the page function, we send a request. After sending the request, from that file, some response will come. Now, whichever the response will come from that file, home.html, that response will be captured by then function. Then function, yeah, then function. It is called a promise function. See here, I'm moving the mouse. What it says? It says method as a promise function. When I move the mouse here, it's saying then as a what? Promise function. People ask in interview, what is the promise function? We can say promise function is those functions that used to capture the response. Okay, now using page function, you are sending a request to home.html. Now from home.html, some content will come. Okay, from home.html, some content will come. That content, how to capture? So for that, we have another function called a then function. But data is coming from the home file to which file? Index file. Both are different file, correct? So when the data will come from one file to other file, data will be encrypted data. Okay, data will be encrypted data. So in that case, what will be the problem is, problem will be, you will not get the original data. Like home.html is giving the HTML, and here if you not, because data communication is happening from one file to other file. When the data communication happen from one file to other file, what will be, while sending the data will be encrypted data. Okay, so here what is the use of the response.json, the response.text? Okay, in HTML file you can see your contents are in the which format? Text format only, text format. Now here when the data has come from the home file to from home file, data is coming to index file. Now from one file to other file, communication is happening. So what will happen is while doing the communication, data must come in the encrypted format. If data will not come in encrypted format, anyone can capture your data. So data will come under this response variable. Response variable can be any variable. It is not like it could be response only. It can be any variable. So response variable will hold the encrypted data of home file, home.html, whichever the data is coming from there, it will be in encrypted format. It will not be as a original format. Now, what we are doing response.text. So whichever the content has come, convert into original format. That is text and HTML. Okay, convert into original format. That is called text and HTML. Okay, convert into original format. That is the text and HTML. After that, this original data got converted here. Again, we have to apply the then function. For what purpose? Whichever the original data is converted here to capture that. Okay, here then function is capturing the content only, but two times. First, it is capturing the encrypted data that is coming from that file. Okay, and after capturing, it's converted into the text. Okay, original. Again, the same then function, it is going to convert into same then function. It is going to, after converting the data, again, same then function we need to apply here to capture the original file, original content. Now, this is, I have written file data is a variable. It can be anything. Now you capture the data here. After capturing the data, what is the target? Target is whichever the content come from the home file, whichever the content come from the home file, that content of home file should go here to where? To the container. The content of home file should go to the container. Content of home file should go to the container because it is coming like the HTML. So we have used here which method? HTML, inner HTML, so that HTML will convert into normal HTML. Now suppose if I write here called inner text, what will happen? It will display the content of the file in text format. Inner text. Inner text. If I go here, see here, it's showing directly HTML code. Inner text if replace, it will show you directly HTML code. Inner text. Hmm? You have to run through live server. Do again right click and go to the browser. Do right click and select the right server. It will come in browser automatically. So it should be inner text should get replaced by inner HTML. HTML. Converted? Yes. Okay. Next, after that, the about when we click, it is showing the content of about. Here also same flow. What is the flow? Using fetch function, we send the request. Now from there, whichever the data will come, that will be captured by then function. Then function it will capture and convert into text. After converting into text, it will give to another then function. That then function will get the original data, and that original data will be sent to where? Container using inner HTML. Will be sent to container using inner HTML. Okay. Next, after that, we will create one more file. That file will be JSON file. Go ahead. Now come to the browser. So these two functions are working. We'll go to the about file and we'll add one more paragraph and we'll see it is coming in the browser or not. In about file, add one more paragraph and see that it's coming in the browser or not. In about page, if you go, that paragraph also should get added. You will also? Another paragraph will come. The paragraph will come. Okay, now we'll go here and we'll create another file, write another function here. Okay, function 3. Function 3. Function 3, write the fetch inside. Under the fetch, you will write call item.json dot then response dot json. Next, after that, dot then response dot json not item array alert item array dot length. Item array dot length. Okay, we have to create a file item.json. Create a file item.json. JSON is separate file. Separate file. In the same folder. Item.json. Item.json. Come down. It's array, single dimensional array. Mango banana, orange, grapes, onion, milk, rice, something. Okay, ready? Come now. Click on button. See what is the length. Item list 8. 8 or more. Total number of items are 8. Hope you are getting the length as 8. Okay. Come to the again item.json file, index.html file. Here we have to use the array now. It's become an array. Now we have to use a map function. So create a variable in beginning var data equal to empty h2 item list. Come inside, use a map function, item array.map, name of the item and index of the item. Return, not return, data equal to data plus, open the p tab, close the p tab, right here called name. Okay, ready. Next, after that, this map function will get end. After end of the function, you need to write this line. Data. Check now. Once you click on button, list of item will come. Okay. Yes. So once we click on item list, it will give a list of items. So when we go here, click on item, it will give list of items. In that JSON file, if we add some more element, this is the JSON file. If we add some more element in there, suppose we'll add here called PAPAD, papad. We'll add here called something wheat. We'll add inside something called rice. Okay, whatever we'll add inside, okay, it will come to your directly in the browser. See, I added some element. Yes. When I look here, everything is coming here. Right. Okay, then we'll see again tomorrow. Join for the bootstrap class. Yes, okay, and then you can come here. I will be here. And then again we'll next day also we'll have bootstrap class. Monday again we'll have Java. So hope clear for you both. Padmaja and Veena, right? Tomorrow you will be joining 8 o'clock AM for the bootstrap. 8 to 10 morning. Okay. Okay, then we can log out. See you tomorrow. Video I uploaded 3-4 video yesterday. Some more 3-4 more are there. I will upload today. 3 or 4 I have uploaded yesterday. Okay, then we'll end the session.